Hi, I'm Dee. I'm making a video game. This is my, third attempt, but this time I actually know how to code, so things are going way better. Like, things are way more fruitful. Before I get started on where I am currently in the process of game development, I want to give a brief little background on me because I have not uploaded a video here yet. A little bit about myself, and I'll keep it short, I promise, is that I grew up drawing a lot, and I played piano, so I was very musically inclined and quite artistic, but at some point I became far more techie. I am now a software engineering student and a network engineer by trade, so I'm going into this with far more experience than the first 2 attempts that I had. Anywho, you fast forward to today and I have progressed quite a bit with this whole game development stuff, and I definitely feel like it's because I know how to code now. It has made things significantly easier, but we'll get into that later. Let's talk about where I'm at. So, the name of this game is currently TinyGarden, and yes, that's going to change. It's just named that right now because it's heavily inspired by the Chao Gardens from the Sonic series. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, specifically, that was my game. I loved that game so much, and whenever I would be in the Chao Gardens, I would literally be there for hours just listening to the music and vibing, and if it was the whole game, I would still play it, I would still buy it, I would eat it up. I'm just saying. I've always kind of had the little grievance in the back of my mind of, man, I wish I could do more here. Like, forget the rest of the game, I just want to do stuff here. The focus of the game is for you, the player, to keep all of the Chao at bay and tamed and happy, because these Chao are actually quite violent. They can get quite irritable, they can get into altercations, and they can accidentally or on purpose unalive one another, and it's your job to keep them from doing any of that. I want to add layers of complexity that are just unreal for this kind of game. Like, I want the Chao to have memories, I want them to have friends, I want them to have a likability stat that's randomly generated when it's meeting a new Chao. I want it to have actual stats that you will see reflected in their day-to-day, or, you know, when they're walking around in the world. I don't know how else to explain it, but like, if you give them something that increases their speed, I want you to be able to see that in real time. Anytime that 2 Chao are fighting or anything like that, you do have to physically break them up, and that's gonna be fun. And if you don't do that in time, then they might unalive each other, so you really got to be on top of this stuff. The more Chao you get, the more chaotic it gets, and the more resources you get, the more chaotic it gets. So it's just gonna be super chaotic, and I'm looking forward to it. So the first thing I wanted to do was just to get a player on the screen. I went to itch.io, got some free assets that I could just use. I smacked that onto the screen. It was really easy. I have my character, I have my world, I can walk around, things are looking pretty great, right? Except I'm walking on the world as if it's a flat piece of paper, and that is just not ideal. So to fix this, I implemented barriers. So I created this really hideous barrier sprite sheet, and I make it invisible for when I'm actually playing. But when I do need to edit the actual barriers, all I have to do is make it visible, make all of my changes. Barriers are extremely visible and gross and ugly. Make all my changes, then make it invisible again, and go ahead and play test and make sure I'm actually running into the proper barriers. So I can walk around in the world, and I'm suddenly noticing that I'm not able to walk behind certain objects, and it's really bothering me because it doesn't feel like my character's like really in the world, you know what I mean? This is where I did a little bit of research and discovered Y-Sort, so that was exciting. Now I can walk behind the pillars, I can hide behind certain walls and stuff like that. That's just really exciting. I really like that. Y-Sort was an absolute game changer. No pun intended. Anyway, now that I can walk behind things, I just looked around and was like, wow, this world is really empty. So let's start making this feel like an actual game. I looked up some YouTube tutorials on how to interact with things, added some fruit and a toy box, basically adding interactables to the world so I can practice interacting with objects. And that was a success. I can open and close the toy box, which, by the way, I drew that myself from scratch. I'm so proud of it, you have no idea. Now that I can open and close the chest and nothing's happening, it feels weird, so I need some UI. I went ahead and made that. That was really exciting. Everything looks really nice. Like I said, everything's really ugly. It's not color coordinated or anything, just bear with me, okay? I have a character, I have a world, I have a toy box, I can open and close it. Now I gotta do something with these fruits, so I make those interactable as well. So now I can pick up objects and put it in my inventory, but I've also got this treasure chest that has its own unique inventory. So what's with that? I had to figure out drag and drop. And let me tell you, this was the bane of my existence. It took 3 days to figure this out. 3 freaking days. But anyway, I got the drag and drop fixed. I have my player. I have my world. I have my toy box. I can open and close the toy box. I have my inventory. There's a toy box inventory. I can pick up the items. I can put the items in my inventory. And I can drag and drop them into the toy box inventory. So what now? Well, I'm still looking around and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this place is empty. So let's add some chow. I got my chow, they're running around. It's really easy. Like I looked up a tutorial on state machines, had to implement that. The chow is walking around, minding his business, doing his thing, looking all cute. Oh my god, I can't stand it. They're so adorable. And now it just feels so much more complete, just having another being in the world that's walking around. And my god, I can't even give him anything yet. So that's next. I want to give this little dude some fruit. I had to first be able to select what item I'm trying to give. So I created a hotbar. When you walk up to a chow and you interact with it, the chow recognizes, oh, you're holding this, that is what you're giving me. And the little chow thanks you for handing that item to them. And it's super cute and I love it. And the chow are just so freaking adorable. Oh my god. I also added that, you know, if you give them any fruit, it changes their walk speed because that's the only stat that they currently have. And it was super fun watching them zip and zoom all over the map. Oh my god, it was so fun. And I can't wait for this game to get more chaotic. Anyway, that's the game. That's how far I've gotten so far. I can't wait to continue with all of my development. I'm probably only going to upload a video per month, okay? It's almost been 2 weeks since I started making this game, and I've made so much progress. So the most I can imagine, maybe 2 uploads a month. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. I would love to see everybody's feedback and what you guys are thinking so far. I don't have a single inkling of a clue when it comes to lore, how this guy got here, where are these resources coming from, where do the chow come from? I don't know any of this stuff yet. I'm just kind of winging it, trying to build these like functional resources and processes. Okay, I'm just having fun with the scripting. So if anybody wants to like throw in some ideas or whatever, I'm all ears. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for listening to me yap on and on and on about this game. Hopefully I can have more updates for you guys soon, but until next time, see ya!